All right, welcome to G&G Plays Kingdom Hearts. This is one of my favorite games ever, and I am introducing my sister Tabatha to this. And just for y'all to know, my name is Chris.
This should be really fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, because Tab has never played. She doesn't play games, so she.
No, I'm terrible at them. Terrible.
I just think you haven't tried. You know, I think in this day and age, there's at least one game out there you can play. I know you like Sims.
Weird thoughts lately.
Okay, I like Sims. I do. But that's like playing Barbie, like dollhouse, build it, and then like play in it and stuff. That's so I'm a total girl, I guess, about things.
Adult Barbie. That's kind of an interesting way to think about it. Well, you get all the houses, you can build those however you want.
Yeah, and then you get to color decorate, and you get to color everything, but you don't have to like go out and pay a bunch of money. Like you pay for the packs, so that kind of like gets you a bundle of stuff. And then it's all the things I wish I could have done when I was a little kid with Barbie.
God, yeah, technology's come a long way to be able to enjoy stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, I love doing the whole, like, the hair, the clothing, creating all the different styles and stuff. So, like, this is fun. I mean, because it's a lot of things that I'm familiar with in the Disney aspect.
Yeah, because that's one thing that you and I both grew up on was a lot of Disney.
A lot of Disney, definitely.
And it's like all of our favorite stuff is in this game. That's why I loved it originally when I picked it up way back when it first came out.
Yeah.
I was so excited when I first put this in my PS2, and then my PS2, like a week later, the laser died on it.
Oh.
And so Tyrell, our brother, he actually was he was getting good at tech at the time, and so he actually tore it apart and replaced the laser in it, and it worked. So he was able to get that back up and running for us. We later had to replace the whole thing because then it died again. But yeah, it was a whole thing. It was sadness. Because, like, you pay, let's see, I think games were $50 at the time. So it's like you just... On what?
On the game.
Oh, is it too loud for you?
Just a wee bit.
No worries.
It's a little distracting.
Okay, how's that?
That's a little bit better, yeah. I was having a hard time, like, because it's a good song. I like this song. This is one of the few I do know. So it was a little bit distracting there. But, yes, so the game broke.
Well, the system did, yeah. And so I just like you can't play the game without the system, so had to save up another like $200 because they were $250 when we first got the system, and then by the time the system broke, they were around $200. That's like now you can get one for like $20.
Oh my gosh, that must have been so devastating. You guys were pretty young then, huh?
I want to say this game came out 2001, but it was within a couple of years of that, either later.
Yeah.
So I would have been somewhere between 11 and 13 when that happened. Back when this stuff was all brand new, like this was all top of the line stuff.
Wow. I mean, it's pretty graphically beautiful.
Well, this isn't even the original stuff. Like the whole original stuff, I guess, got lost. So they had to rebuild when they remastered this game. They rebuilt it all from scratch.
Really?
They had to. Because they lost all the other stuff. I don't know. I can't remember the specifics of it, but they just lost the stuff.
Wow.
So they rebuilt it all. But the nice thing is when they rebuilt it, they took all the stuff that they learned in the like later games that they made to make this one just as good as those ones. So the system's a lot more fluid here than it used to be. Okay. Let's
choose well.
So in this is when you're choosing your stats. So it's like, do you want to be a guardian class, a tank? Do you want to be a warrior? Do you want to be a mage? That kind of stuff. And so you pick one as your weapon, and then the next thing you pick is what you'll sacrifice. So it's like you can take the sword and be strong, and then you can sacrifice defense, or you can sacrifice magic. Or you can be strong in magic and sacrifice strength, or you can sacrifice defense. So there's a lot of different ways to play. For this one, we're just going to kind of grind through it. Because I've played through this game a lot. I'm no speedrunner at it, but it's like I enjoy playing it, and I just kind of want to show the story to everybody and be able to talk about it with my sister.
You know what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that should be pretty fun. Okay. So strength and magic.
Well, I'm taking strength and I'm sacrificing magic.
Oh.
And up to this point, when I was first playing this game, this voice that's talking to you, like, they don't ever really tell you who it is. When this game first came out, you just kind of assume that it's Mickey talking to you. But it's like, we don't know. Yeah. So, see, this scene actually confuses a lot of people. I mean, there's probably clues that I haven't even looked up yet about who exactly it was, but it's like, right now, it could be one of, like, at least 3 or 4 people.
Oh, look. She has brown hair. Or is it just because it's dark?
It might be just because it's dark. Once I can move, we'll take a good look at everything. Alright. I now know how to protect myself.
Excellent.
I have a health bar. What's kind of cool, the little picture of Sora changes as he takes damage. Alright, this is called a Shadow. They are your basic enemy of Heartless.
Okay.
So these are the Heartless. Fun fact. They go around stealing people's hearts.
Oh.
Basically, when they say heart, it kind of looks like a soul, really.
What's it say? That seems pretty gruesome.
Yeah, they actually show you a scene of a guy getting his heart stolen.
Oh my gosh.
It's behind me. I mean, they're kind of adorable. Like, a lot of people find them adorable, so they have like beanies and stuff of them now, and like little plush toys.
Wow.
Yeah, you just have to beat a cute couple of them. I mean, this is just the tutorial stuff teaching you the basic mechanics of the game. It's like the big thing. I mean, you gotta remember, like, I feel like, I mean, there's so much Disney influence here. It's like a real big struggle between light and darkness. I mean, the first game, like, there is absolute darkness and absolute light kind of stuff going on. Like, it's not until you get into the later games that, like, they start kind of merging, and you start seeing kind of like a twilight area in between.
Okay.
Yeah, that combination of light and dark. So the one thing about this game is your main character, Sora here, will eventually get a weapon called the Keyblade. And so, I mean, everything kind of revolves around that. And basically any lock at all can be unlocked with the Keyblade. So any door, any chest, just anything with a lock, it can unlock.
Gotcha.
Just teaching us how to, like, recognize, like, breakable objects that could have stuff in them, showing you that you can lift and move things around. And then as you complete them, it's just completing the door for you so you can go through.
Cool. I like the designs.
Yeah, the designs are
Neat
actually quite
patterns.
beautiful.
I love like lines and loops and stuff like that.
It's just kind of cool. As you're going through, it's going through all the Disney princesses and stuff on the floors. So this part's interesting. So you've got Titus, Waka, and Sophie. Sophie's from Final Fantasy VIII, and Titus and Waka are from Final Fantasy X. They turned them into kids and put them in here just so that you had kind of more characters. Their role at this point in the story is to ask you these questions, and based on what you answer, it'll decide how quickly you level up. And so we're just going to go for a mid-range so we level up consistently throughout the game. That way it's, you know, not too imbalanced. So, right here. So they'll go through all your answers. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, when it says that, you know, starts at midday and goes through that, that's how you know you got that mid-grade. So usually all the top answers give you you level up early, but in the later levels it takes longer to level up. The one we chose, you're just consistent throughout the game of leveling up. And then the last one, you level up slower in the beginning, but you level up faster towards the end. And you can see all the thorns.
Yep.
Yeah, Maleficent's a big player in this game.
Briar Rose.
boy, more shadows. Always love that, how the weapon just like appears in your hand.
If only that was something that we could do in real life, just like summon a sword. That would be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, basically having any power at all, doesn't matter how lame it is, like, it would be better than just, like, not having anything.
Oh, that gives me an idea.
Yeah?
Yes. Something unfortunately I can't say. Not in front of anybody, but it's a good idea, and it's for something I'm working on.
That's good.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
Indeed.
It's kind of cool. On this floor, it has the silhouettes of the three fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather.
Mm-hmm.
We know a lot of Disney trivia, so
Yes,
as we go through,
do.
it's like it's fun to kind of call it out. Look at that, kind of Hunchback of Notre Dame style, like windows and stuff right there.
I mean, no, this is when they started actually building these. Stained glass was like a big thing during this medieval time. So
We got Belle here. The closer you get to light, the greater your shadow becomes. It's an interesting... In this game, that's a fairly significant. So this is an enemy called Darkside. I mean, basically, this is the dark side of Sora's heart. It's like he actually ends up manifesting a lot in the later games. So in this, it's better to go for the face because every combo you get on him, you get 2 experience points. Now I got a strength boost. So this is a way to get free experience pretty early on. And if you can get him in the right timing, you can actually kill him pretty quick. For this, he's going to be shooting some stuff from his chest. So you can usually dodge it. In general, it's not really needed. It doesn't deal enough damage to really hurt you. And I beat him. Slow-mo. I love doing the slow-mo stuff. I love trying to get a cool, like, kill scene. Oop, sword disappeared. Darkside, he's angry! That thing would be pretty terrifying to have to actually face. And it just shows Sora right here just being consumed by darkness. No one can hear you. You are the one who will open the door. What are you looking for?
I was looking for. Oh, there it is. I found it. Yay! Tablet.
Oh.
Needed it.
For what?
Well, sometimes I like to write things
Whoa.
down. Like if I have an idea about something, then I gotta write it down. Otherwise, I'll forget it.
Sorry, you lazy bum. I knew that I'd find you snoozing down here.
No,
So yeah, it was all a
that
dream.
thing swallowed me up. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't. Ow!
Are you still dreaming?
It wasn't a dream. Or was it? I don't know.
Yeah, Sora's
What was that?
life is complicated.
So
You'll find that
bizarre.
out later in the game. As we play more of this, you'll
Sure.
kind of understand what's going on.
Say, Kyrie, what was your hometown like? You know, where you grew up?
I've told you before. I don't remember.
Nothing at all?
Nothing.
Do you ever want to go back?
She just kind of showed up on the islands one day.
Really?
But you
No
know,
one's quite sure, not even herself, like
I
where
wouldn't
she
mind
came
going to
from.
see it.
She just kind of
I'd like to
ended
see
up
it
here as a
too.
kid, and they
Along
just
with
kind of
any
took her in
other
and started
worlds
taking
out
care of her,
there.
I guess.
I want to see them
And
all.
so she just hangs out with
So what are we
Sora
waiting
and
for?
Riku.
Hey,
And this is Riku
aren't you
here.
guys forgetting about me? So, I guess I'm the only one working on the raft.
Ah.
Here, hold
And you're
this.
just as lazy as he is.
So you know this. Okay, we'll finish it together. I'll race you.
Huh?
What? Are you kidding?
Ready? Go!
Yeah, just a bunch of kids having fun. So this place is called Destiny Island. Kingdom Hearts. Roll credits. Kind of the cool thing is every time you go to a new world, this will pop up. Give you kind of a header for the area. Alright, so we're on day 1 of the island, and we're going to be gathering some supplies. So we need 2 logs, 1 cloth, and 1 rope. So we just need to bring all that stuff back here. So we're going to just grab that stuff, and we're going to get a move on. Log.
Check.
Talk to a couple people here. So this is Waka.
Hey, what's happening, man?
That's such a weird line he says. Just the way he says that line is weird.
Ah, the breeze feels great.
Just one-liners as you talk to everyone.
Pretty much. I mean, they don't. These characters don't last long. Like they're only here for like the first couple minutes. It's like they're only on this island. They don't follow you.
Hey, Sora, you feel lucky today?
You feel lucky? Well, do ya, punk? All right.
Just a little bit.
So we found the rope.
I got a rope. I'm feeling luckier.
I mean, this is pretty. Like these guys just live on this island. Like this is their world. Like you can see, pretty primitive. Like no actual like tech or anything. And the fact that their stuff is built so nice. Take that. Nice thing about this game, no fall damage. Got clean water that comes from the inside of the island. So that's pretty neat. Got Riku over here, just kind of hanging out on his own little island. Got the other log over here. Get everything we need for the raft. Gave my stuff to Kyrie. Quick round with the sword. Sure, let's give him a fight.
Sweet.
So this fight is a little crazy. He's actually kind of tough sometimes. If you can counter him, then he can, then you get experience points for it. No, don't climb the tree. You gotta be careful. After you get 4 hits on him, he'll do this counter attack, and that counter attack can be devastating. But if you know when it's coming, then you can kind of easily dodge it. Come on.
My turn. Come on.
Oh, I got lucky that time. He blocks a lot.
Come on.
I knew he was gonna do that one. There's a tree in the camera view. Ah, striking your enemy in the back. That's not very sportsmanlike. Bad form. Uh-oh. Ouch. Nope, don't fall off the island. It's an instant loss. Ouch. God, he has a lot of health.
My turn.
Something bad is happening.
Yeah, see how my character's icon's changing?
I can.
Okay, I beat him. He's actually one of the hardest people to fight on this island. Score is 1-0. And basically every time you beat him, you get a potion.
Nice.
So that's always nice. Actually, speaking of that stuff, I think I've got a few items I can use. So we're just going to use these. Like I said, we just kind of want to have fun when we're playing this, so we're playing on kind of the easier difficulty just so that we can kind of blast through this game.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point is just to kind of like...
I just want to share the stories. So if you guys ever want to see like a, you know, me play through a harder mode, I mean, I can always figure that out for you guys.
I mean, this is just kind of the start. Us just showing everybody what we like to do in our spare time.
Yeah, we just like sharing stuff with each other. So it's like we've been watching a bunch of different shows that she likes, trying to introduce me to all that stuff, because normally I would never watch that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I get to introduce her to all the stories, you know, that we gamers get to enjoy.
Right.
So this is the end of day 1. So we've collected all the rest of the materials for the raft.
Kyrie's home is out there somewhere, right?
I'm trying to go find a new world. We're gonna take a raft.
We'll never know by staying here.
Kid logic.
But how far could a raft take us?
Who knows? If we have to, we'll think of something else.
In the middle of the ocean.
Suppose you get to another world.
Well, this isn't just like a play island out in the middle of nowhere. There's a mainland
Well,
that they all actually
I
live
haven't
on. They just
really
all
thought
hang out
about it.
here all day.
Yeah.
It's just, I've always wondered why we're
Because in the
here
second game, you
on this
see
island.
Kyrie hanging out on the
There are
mainland,
any
just
other
looking at
worlds
the
out there.
island.
Why did we end up on
So
this
it's kind of
one?
weird that, like, in this scene, you don't see that
And
part of the mainland at
suppose
all.
There are other worlds. Then ours is just a little piece of something much greater.
Yeah, it's called the universe.
We could have just as easily ended up somewhere else, right?
I don't know.
Mathematically,
Exactly.
So when do we start seeing Disney
That's
characters?
why we need to go out there and
right after
find
these
out.
guys.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Just sitting here won't change a thing.
I mean, I don't really know the Final Fantasy characters.
These aren't Final
Stuff.
Fantasy characters. These are the original characters of this
So
game.
let's go.
Oh, okay.
So these are your
You've been
3 main
thinking a lot
characters.
lately, haven't you?
These are all the major
Thanks to
players.
If you hadn't come here, I probably would have never thought of any of this. Kyrie, thanks.
You're welcome.
Kids.
Sora! You wanted one, didn't you?
A Palpu fruit?
If 2 people share one, their destinies become intertwined. They'll remain a part of each other's lives, no matter what.
But what does that mean?
Come on, I know you want to try it.
What are you talking?
Tell me, Spirit. What does it all mean?
And then he just throws it away. Like, at least eat it yourself.
Pocket it.
You know, go sell it or something.
Although I'm not sure I would want to be. It would depend on the kind of intertwining of someone else's.
Yeah, like, they don't quite explain, like, what that exactly means.
Yeah,
I
like-
mean, you just kind of like, what, you can't get away from this person no matter what?
Do we all of a
or,
sudden have a psychic connection? Like, do I have no
like, no
privacy
matter
from
what, at the
now
end of the
on?
day, you'll end up back with each other? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh gosh, is that some sort of like eternal like marriage that you just can't get rid
Ah,
of?
the brooms.
Love it.
So yeah, this is Donald. When he's hanging out in the castle, he has this wizard form, but like when he gets out in the regular worlds, he looks different. I wish that you could like change his skin to make him look like that. Yeah, tiny door. Jeez, that's a big room.
It's a long walk. So
There's a
unnecessary.
lot of grandeur here. Dude, Mickey knows how to make a throne room. Well, there's a throne, but no Mickey. But there's a Pluto with a note.
Whoa.
Panic! Panic! This is a pretty cool area. Just sleeping through it. Donald, I love this. Wake up!
Oh my.
Hey there, Donald. Good morning.
How does he fit his head in that helmet?
Ooh, Queen Minnie?
Well, there is actually a full commentary about the goof.
Ah, the goof. The everyman.
Oh, good morning, ladies.
It's like Donald's like, no, we can't let anyone know. And he thought Goofy was asking questions. It's like, nope, he was stating that there was someone behind you. Now everyone gets to know what's in the letter. Donald's in trouble.
Isn't he always?
No one but Donald Duck.
Who's got the sweetest disposition? One guess, that's who.
So today we get access to the other half of the island. So we get to go and check that out. I wonder if this will actually let me collect that right now. Let's see. Gotta climb this pole here. See,
Climb a
there we go.
pole.
Come on!
Over here, we're trying to get some golden coconuts.
Come on!
Apparently the golden one's the best. Fun fact.
Come
I
on!
think we just need 2 of them.
Come on!
Nice thing is we can collect all the materials before we actually end up at Kyrie, or at least most of them anyway. Golden coconut. There we go. Okay. Some fish out here.
That was pretty crazy watching some of that Survivor, and they were just all sitting there like nobody doing anything.
Yeah, that's kind of the weird thing. It seems like these people have a lot of free time, and they just kind of sit around like camp, like eyeing each other. And it's like, pretty sure I'd be out there surviving.
So
You know, collecting food, water, building a better shelter.
Yeah.
You know, just
So for those of you that don't know, we just started watching Survivor, but we just got into like some later season. We're just kind of mishmashing. Which
I think we
ones seem
started like
interesting.
we came into it like season 35.
Yeah, so we're
and,
going back to like season 12. We're just kind of like looking at how things are because so Christopher was a Boy Scout all the way into Eagle Scout,
Yep, 3 Palm Eagle Scout.
and I was a Girl Scout all the way into I think juniors, something of that. I think I didn't finish out though because I'd moved and I was
If I
just
win,
really shy when it came to
if
starting
you
new
win,
groups.
I get to share the Palpu with Kyrie.
I didn't do well with some change
Deal?
sometimes.
The winner
in
gets
that
to
regard.
share a Palpu with Kyrie.
But yeah, so
wait a minute.
we've been starting to
Okay,
watch
on
these
my
Survivor shows and just checking things out because one of our favorite topics is zombie apocalypse survival mode. Like,
Yeah, because you got all your different kinds of zombies, all your different scenarios, and it's nice to be kind of prepared with everything.
what if the world goes down and what are we gonna do and how are we gonna survive and we just love those kind of conversations because both of us have had survival training. Christopher a lot more than me,
Come on, grab the thing.
like a lot more.
Yeah, I've done a lot.
To points where I would really be concerned as to his like livelihood safety. So apparently that's what we subject the Boy Scouts to. That's pretty intense. The Girl Scouts did not. We did not get subjected to some of those sort of torturous methods, but it all kind of started to change too. I think I was in Girl Scouts like in the 90s. Late 80s,
Something like
early
that.
90s. So, yeah, things have kind of changed as far as like what we were doing, changing from more domestic stuff to like a little bit more outdoor activity kind of things. Mom was a great troop leader, though. Mom was actually
Yeah,
my
she
troop
was
leader.
very involved in my scouting crew too.
Yeah, she did everything. I mean, she took us to like OMSI, Portland. We stayed the night in the Portland Zoo.
Yeah, I actually got to stay the night in the submarine they had at OMSI.
Yeah, they I'm trying to remember what the exhibit was at that time, but I can't. It's just been way too long. She would remember. She's got things for everything. But we stopped. So like we were living in I think, gosh, when was this? We lived in
that was Rogue River.
Elgin.
Was it?
Yeah, when I was in Girl Scouts. That's when she was doing the action. She was our troop leader. So so we did like events. So she took us down the Columbia Gorge, and we stopped at places where they had like these big old like lookout points, which were really cool. And then we made it to Portland, and we got to go to OMSI, which I forget what the exhibit was, but I think it was like space stuff, like shuttles, astronaut kind of cool things.
Something like that.
Yeah, very OMSI. And everything I imagined it was. And then when we got to stay the night in the Portland Zoo, it was cool because we actually got to go behind the scenes into the nocturnal animals areas. And stuff that some areas that you couldn't quite get to because either they were off limits or things were being worked on. But they just had some areas that were just kind of like, there's a little special tour going on here. So it was really cool. And then when we stayed the night, they had some people bring in a bunch of animals, and that's when I got to pet, like, it was like a 6-foot long golden python.
That's big.
Yeah. And I was really surprised because I thought it would be slimy, but it wasn't. It was just she was just really
smooth.
Soft. Yeah.
So they're doing a flashback right now in this little cave. There's a little like hidden spot under the big giant tree, and it leads into this little cave area. And it's just kind of doing a flashback of them drawing each other as kids. And now he's adding to it right now. The Paopu fruit.
What? Who's there?
I've come to see the door to this world.
Huh?
This world
Like
has
the
been connected.
Voice that this guy has.
Well, what are you talking about?
Tied to the darkness. Soon to be completely eclipsed.
He's changing
Well,
the
whoever
tone of the
you
world
are,
to be dark.
stop freaking me out like this. Huh? Well, where did you come from?
You do not yet know what lies beyond the door.
So you're from another world.
There is so very much to learn.
The guy's kind of on his own
You
dialogue.
understand so little.
Oh yeah?
Not really talking to
Well, you'll
Sora
see.
at all.
I'm gonna get out and learn what's out there.
A meaningless effort. One who knows nothing can understand nothing.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. And then the guy just disappears. So yeah, we've got just a door. Kind of a weird door. So that's one thing you'll learn about this game is that all worlds have a keyhole that lead to the heart of that world. And that's what the Heartless are always trying to find. Because if they can get the heart of a world, that's a big win for them. That's always kind of their goal. And when they do that, the world disappears. So it's like there's a lot of worlds that have actually already been destroyed by the Heartless. Like a good example of that is the Pride Lands, where Simba is. Oh. That world in this game has been destroyed.
No.
Yeah. So it's like, as you can see, quite devastating.
Like everything the light touches?
Yeah, everything that the light touched was snuffed out.
No.
This charm, for some reason, this charm like stays throughout like all of the games that she's making right here. It ends up being like a super like symbolic thing that like everyone like knows about for some reason. So now we are pretty much done with the first island here. We're now gonna watch a cutscene that'll lead us to the boss fight.
All right.
What do you mean?
Well,
It's a beautiful sunset.
That's really pretty.
You okay?
Sora, let's
That's
take the
totally
raft
how
and
it
go.
glitters too.
Just the two
Yeah.
of us.
Huh?
Just kidding.
What's gotten into you? You're the one that's changed, Kyrie.
Maybe. You know,
Oh yeah,
I was
these
a
two have a
little
thing for
afraid
each
at
other.
first, but now I'm ready. No matter where I go or what I see, I know I can always come back here.
Well, you
Right?
say that, but
Yeah, of course.
That's good.
we have a vehicle to
Sora,
get you there,
Don't
sure.
ever change.
Huh?
I just can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great.
Oh, that's a cool scene.
Yeah. Now we're heading back to the Disney Castle to kind of figure out what's up with Mickey. Sorry to rush off without saying goodbye, but there's big trouble brewing. Not sure why, but the stars have been blinking out one by one, and that means disaster can't be far behind. I hate to leave you all, but I've got to go check into it. So when he's talking about the stars, that's when the Heartless claim a world. There's someone with a key, the key to our survival, so I need you and Goofy to find him and stick with him. We need that key or we're doomed, so go to Traverse Town and find Leon. He'll point you in the right direction. Leon is the main protagonist in Final Fantasy VIII. Would you apologize to Minnie for me? Thanks, pal. And he has a little Mickey sign. It's great.
Oh dear, what could this mean?
The mouse. Do as I
Look at
say.
the artwork on the walls. They've got like other portraits of Mickey up there.
Gorge, I sure hope he's all right.
She sure doesn't look worried.
I think they just have a permanent smile on their face. It's like, I can't show it, but I'm quite sad right now.
You be careful now, both of you.
And they have all the voice actors and everything.
I know, I just noticed that.
He will accompany you.
Over here! Cricket's the name. Jiminy Cricket at your service.
Yep,
We
they
hope
got
for
him.
your safe return. Please, help the king.
Gorge, Jiminy, your world disappeared too?
It was terrible. We were scattered. And as far as I can see, I'm the only one who made it to this castle.
Got Miss Geppetto and Pinocchio.
Oh, right. I gotcha. You mean while we're in other worlds, we can't let on where we're from, huh? We gotta protect the world border. Right. World border.
Guy does his
Oh, guess
voice.
we'll need new duds when we
Just
get
all their
there.
voices are incredible. So basically, each world they go into, they can't disturb the world. It's against the rules. Like, you gotta not interfere as much as you can. So you gotta blend in. So certain worlds you'll actually look completely different. A lot of the time you'll look the same, but there's like a couple of worlds where you look really different. And no one questions the talking duck and talking dog.
That's right.
You got Chip and Dale. They're the engineers. Donald is not amused. This is pretty funny. So that's their gummy ship. This is how you get to all the worlds.
I would have lost it if I was dropping straight down.
Well, they forgot to put their seatbelts on because Goofy was like plastered to the top of the glass when it was falling.
I I don't like that that stuff is just so scary.
So we're at home just chilling, thinking about the trip tomorrow.
I can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great.
Also, if you had time to put together dolls and everything for this.
A storm?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, there's a storm a brewing. Oh, and they didn't secure the raft. Dirty room.
Dinner's ready. Come on down. Sora?
You know, and we never find out who that is. We assume it's his mother, in which case I'm sure she's just horrified. She hasn't, like, at this point in the story, like, she hasn't seen him for a few years.
What's that?
He kind of just left and disappeared.
Oh my gosh.
Riku's boat. And Kyrie's.
So Riku and Kairi made their way back out to this island tonight. Oh, shadows. That thing from our dream? Yeah, that's a thing. So we can't hurt them, because this weapon isn't the right weapon to hurt them.
Oh.
So we're gonna go get the actual weapon. So we gotta go and we found Riku.
Where's Kyrie? I thought she was with you.
The door is open.
What?
The door is open, Sora. Now we can go to the outside world.
What are you talking about?
Oh, no.
We gotta find Kyrie.
Kyrie's coming with us. Once we step through, we might not be able to come back. We may never see our parents again. There's no turning back. But this may be our only chance. We can't let fear stop us. I'm not afraid of the darkness.
Oh, that scene looks
Riku.
familiar.
Is he turned to the dark side?
He's working on it. I mean, he basically willingly walked into the darkness. And Sora's just kind of getting trapped in it. He's trying to claim them both. I was like, if you really want him to come with you, reach, damn you.
Give it your all, man. Put your back into it.
And then, this is the interesting part of the story right here. This part has a lot more significance than you think.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And I'll explain later as we get to those parts in the story. But yeah, with the darkness showing up, that sword was going to go to people. And yeah, ended up in Sora's hands. Oh, wow, it is. Oh. Oh my god, that's so much fun. Trying to work our way over here. So there used to be just a hole in the ground, and now there's a door here. That's a familiar looking door. I love how it just opens to the cave.
Are those things gonna follow you in there?
No.
Kyrie!
This is where things get weird.
Sora.
Her heart's been taken. So the door, like, I don't know exactly where that door leads, but I have a suspicion that it just, like, leads to the Dark Realm. That's the only thing I can think of. That's why this island is so
Get
interesting.
this guy again.
Yeah, except in the real world. So let's see how fast I can kill him. Dead. Look how that looks. Dark side getting sucked into the void.
Everything's getting sucked in the void.
Okay. And now we're being sucked into the darkness.
Oh,
Mm.
oh,
They're in Traverse Town.
look! A star's going out!
And there goes Destiny Island. So the Heartless found the heart of the world and took it. That's why it collapsed. So this is Traverse Town. This is where people pretty much end up when their worlds get destroyed. So you'll find a pretty good collection of people here.
Hey, you know, maybe we ought to go find Leon. Oh, Donald, you know, I bet you that,
What do you know, you big Toyota?
What do I know?
Donald's spitting fire.
Come on, Pluto!
It's like 5 minutes into this adventure and Donald's already had enough of you, Goofy. Well, we survived. That's good.
Oh. Huh? What a dream. Ah! This isn't a dream.
I was like, well, this complicates things.
Oh, where am I?
So his world is gone now?
His world's
Oh,
gone.
boy.
Wow.
And he was there when it
Do
was
you know where
destroyed.
we are?
Like, and he just... There was nothing he could do to stop
How did
it.
he get
Hey!
there?
He was sucked through the darkness and it spat him out here.
Hmm.
Like I said, when people's worlds are destroyed, they usually end up in Traverse Town somehow.
Hmm.
So there's some force that's working to keep people somewhat alive. It's totally weird. I'm in another world.
A whole new world.
So yeah, I mean, you've got... So this town is just broken up into a lot of different districts. Not a ton going on. So we'll head into the accessory shop, trying to see if we can find someone who can help us.
We are having to make sure to adjust the TV.
Yeah.
Make sure it doesn't shut off.
Alright, so this guy, this is Sid. Sid is a technological genius. He specializes in airships. He is from Final Fantasy VII. This particular model of him, anyway, is from 7. Sid is a staple of the franchise. There's always a Sid in every game. Because Sid is badass. Like, in every way. You want something done right, you go to Sid.
Okay.
So we'll save here. And I think that's a good place to call it for our first episode. So, yeah, join us next time. And you guys, take care.
Yeah, thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, visit gamer.gamer.com and support us through Patreon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.